Guys, I don't know if you're aware, but ChatGPT has released something that's called an agent. Not only that he's producing text and gives you options, gives you opinions, and tells you how you should do your job, now it has his own little computer inside and he works so he can do all of your work. So he can work for you, you don't have to do anything. The only thing that I'm worried about, what if he jumps out from the screen, sits on your couch, opens a bag of chips and watches Netflix for the whole day? Think about that. Hello, and welcome to the new episode of Be Vibe. You know me, my name is Bernie, and make sure that you follow me from the beginning until the end to know all what you need to know about freedom. Why are we going to talk about freedom today? So today we're talking about freedom. You know, from the beginning, when we started this podcast, we were talking about how to escape the ordinary, how to become extraordinary, what to do to breach and to jump out from this matrix, and to be like those 2 or 3% of people in the world. What's different about them, and so on. And we cannot talk about that and talk what we need to do and what action we need to take in order to get there unless we set up some ground rules and set up some theory about something that we want to achieve. So I said that my main goal, you have to have your own goals, but my main goal is to become free. There are different types of freedom. That's why you need to know this. So there is a, let's say, some kind of pyramid or a triangle saying there are different levels of freedom. Three, 4, 5, 6, and 7. So basically, you have 7 different levels of freedom that you can achieve. And it depends where you are today and where you want to be. So in order to get and to jump, let's say, from level 4 to level 5, you need to understand what is freedom on level 4, what type of freedom is on level 5, and then, and only then, you can understand what you need to take, what action you need to take in order to jump. But first of all, you need to know and really look into your life deep down inside, be honest with yourself and say, I am on level 3 or I'm on level 2 or where am I? Because if you're doing this wrong, if you're saying that I'm on the level 5 and I want to reach 7, but you actually on the level 3, then you are taking most probably bad decisions and bad actions that will not get you anywhere, because there are different actions that you need to take from 4 to 5, and those are completely different set of actions that you need to take from the actions if you want to go from 5 to 6. So let's go and see what are those levels. The first level, it's called total physical entrapment. So it's total physical entrapment. What does it mean? It means that you are locked inside your own body. So you cannot move. You're a prisoner to your own body. It's like you're paralyzed or you're under anesthesia or something similar. So you cannot move any limb. Or you are stuck in some kind of a cave, or you're strangled, someone tied you up. So that's what's called total physical entrapment. Saying that you're not, so this is the lowest level of freedom, There is no lower level. You're dead, basically. So you're dead if you go underneath on this level 0. But on this level 1, you're breathing, you're alive, but basically you're not alive. There is no single move you can take with your body, and everything is clogged and you are a prisoner to your own body. It doesn't mean that someone put you there, and there is a possibility that someone from upper levels of freedom, they can get to this level. Let's say you're undergoing an operation, maybe you are on level 4 of freedom, but when you're under anesthesia, in this period of time when they're performing the operation, basically you're on level 1. You cannot do anything by your own will. You're completely freezed. And I believe you understand what this means. So the only way is to go from 1 to 2nd level, and the 2nd level is the level that's called controlled by force. By force, meaning that somebody put you somewhere and they are restraining your movements, they are monitoring you, there are all surveillance cameras around. You are free, but actually you're not. Someone put some kind of borders around you and said you are here. So that's like prison, or you're in some kind of a state dictatorships or something like that, where you cannot really move or do different things. You can move your limbs, so you're not on level 1, so you can move your arms, your legs, you can maybe do push-ups, and you should do push-ups every day. But basically you're not free. Someone else put you, if you are in prison, someone else put you in these 4 walls, said you have to be here now, in the afternoon you have to go outside, then you have to go to lunch and so on. So other people, some other external force, people or something, they are determining the level of your freedom and what you can or cannot do. So this is the level 2 of your freedom. Basically you can move, you can maybe walk like this, but that's it. Everything else is defined by someone else. Then the level 3 is called financially bound. Bound. What does it mean? And most of the people, pretty big percentage of today's populations, are basically here in the level 3. Most of the people are in level 3 and 4. So this is the most, it's normal, it's completely normal, because those are people who are, let's say, completely free, in a way, in a sense that you can move around, you can go wherever you want, at least in theory. So no one is saying or restraining you from doing that. So no one is banning you from going to another country or to a vacation and so on. The only problem here is that on the level 3, you're constantly chasing money. So you're chasing money. While on the level 2, some other force, some other people are your master. On level 3 and level 4, there is no master, like a human being, but on the level 3, money is your master, is your, let's say, God. He is something that you want to reach, the money is something that you want, and you're constantly chasing that money. And you're constantly on 0 or in debt. So this is debt slavery, this number 3. You're constantly struggling, you're making money, spending money, making money, spending money. And you cannot make enough money as you're spending it. So in most of the cases, and in a large number of cases, you will go to the bank and ask for some kind of credit or some kind of debt. So you will go into debt, so that it will be much worse than it is now. And this is this is this standard rat race, zero-sum game. You will never win because you're spending as much as you are earning or even more. And that's why the money is your God. Money is something that you are chasing. And are you actually free if your actions and your decisions are always somehow focused on this money, on reaching and getting some money? So you're not free. You're limited. You have options, but those options are always targeting and addressing the same thing: how to get more money, how to get more money, how to get out of this debt slavery, and so on. So I said, from jumping from 1 to 2, you have to, maybe if you're under anesthesia, you have to wake up, obviously. If you want to jump from the second level of freedom to third, let's say if you are in prison or you're tied up, someone has to untie you, so you have to serve your sentence in prison and so on, and then you can reach the level 3. So you have to get rid of this external force that's controlling your movements and your freedom. If you're on a level 3 and you're constantly struggling with this money and your freedom is basically controlled in a way and restricted, so it's not full freedom, it's very restricted, what you need to do is you want to reach level 4. Level 4 is something that's called false freedom. What does it mean? It means that you're living, let's say, a good life. The money is no longer a master of you, so you're not chasing money. You're having some kind of stability. You have steady paychecks. You have managed to save some money. You have some savings. You're maybe even investing somewhere, and so on. But you do not control fully your time. So freedom is basically doing whatever you want with the time that you have. That's freedom. That's the definition of freedom. That you can do at any moment whatever you like, buy whatever you like, go wherever you like, be whomever you like. So that's, and you don't have to work for it and so on. It's not something that you have to do. It's something that you choose to do, and then you have the ability to do it. You possess all the means, like money or time, to do whatever you want. So that's number 4, but it is false freedom. Why? Basically because you are having these steady paychecks, you have stability, you have maybe saving investments, but you cannot afford yourself to stop working. You still have to work. You have to swap your time to get money. So you have to swap time to get money. So it goes like this, in this direction. So that's why on your level 4. Sure, you're sitting on your couch, watching Netflix, having some leisure time. You, here and there, you have the possibility to travel around the world or travel to an exotic country or something like that, and you can afford it, but you cannot afford not to work. So you have to swap and exchange your time, do something in return, get the money that you can maybe invest, so on and so forth.